I turned 94 last winter, under a leaden sky heavy with snow that fell in thick, silent sheets, blanketing the world like the final page of a very long book. My breath now arrives in shallow, deliberate sips, each one a small victory against the clock that ticks louder every day. The room smells faintly of antiseptic and old paper, and the fluorescent light above hums like a distant beehive. Last night, my grandson, Caleb 25, with the same restless eyes I once saw in my own mirror, sat beside my bed in the dim glow of a single lamp. His shoulders shook as he spoke. He was exhausted, he said. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, but the bone-deep weariness of carrying dreams he'd buried to keep everyone else comfortable. He was sacrificing his music, his urge to roam the world with a backpack and a notebook, his very youth all, to earn the quiet nod of approval from a family that had long since stopped asking what he wanted. I reached for his hand, my own spotted, trembling veins like blue rivers under thin skin, and I told him the truth that had haunted my nights for decades. Stop, Caleb. We are destroying you. Look at me. I have outlived wars, outlived enemies, outlived almost everyone I once loved. And in the silence of these early hours, when the pain meds wear thin and memory sharpens, I can tell you the most terrifying thing an old man knows. The deepest scars, the regrets that claw at 3 a.m., did not come from betrayal by strangers or cruelty from foes. They came from the people who loved me most because I handed them the pen and let them write my story. If you are watching this, if these words found you in the quiet dark of your own room, heart racing with the same unnamed dread Caleb carried, then you are him. You are the young person who believes that obedience is virtue, that loyalty means surrender, that pleasing the ones who raised you is the highest form of love. You wake each morning with a tightness in your chest because you are living a script someone else authored. You tell yourself it's noble. It isn't. It's a prison disguised as duty. I am going to expose the lie before my voice fails me. The lie your parents whispered, your teachers reinforced, your friends echo without realizing that the people who love you automatically know what is best for you. When we are young, the world is a storm of uncertainty. Bills arrive like threats. The future feels like a cliff edge. So we reach for the nearest handholds. Our parents, advice, our siblings, warnings, our closest friends, judgments. We assume love equals insight. We assume shared blood means shared vision. This is the great deception of youth. I was 26 in the summer of 1957. Eisenhower was president. Rock, N, roll crackled from car radios, and something wild stirred inside me. I wanted to write stories that burned. I wanted to hitchhike across borders, sleep under foreign stars, taste languages I didn't yet speak. I had fire in my veins. But my father, a good man, calloused hands from factory shifts, eyes permanently shadowed by the depression he'd survived, called me into the kitchen one evening. The linoleum was cold under my feet. He spoke softly, but his voice trembled with the memory of empty cupboards. "Harlan, dreams don't fill bellies. Take the bank teller position. Security is what matters. I've seen what happens when a man chases clouds." He wasn't lying, he was terrified. He saw me and saw his own childhood hunger reflected back. So I listened. I folded my poems into a drawer. I buttoned the starched collar. I married the girl from the church choir because she was sensible. I built the life he could sleep soundly knowing I had. Decades passed. Children came. Promotions came. A mortgage came. And one gray November afternoon in 1987, standing alone in our too-quiet house after my wife's funeral, the weight settled. My father had not guided me toward my potential. He had guided me away from his nightmares. This is what I mean when I say trust no one, not even your family, to chart your course. They look at you through lenses warped by their own unhealed wounds. Your mother urges you toward a stable marriage because her own left scars. Your brother laughs at your startup idea because he once failed and never tried again. Your best friend warns against moving abroad because they fear being left behind. They love you. Desperately. But love is not a compass. Love is warmth. It is not direction. The moment the mirror shattered for me came later, in my late 40s. My oldest friend Raymond, we'd shared first cigarettes, first heartbreaks, first hangovers, turned on me, not for profit, but for pride. He whispered poison about my fledgling writing career to mutual acquaintances, afraid my ambition made his own mediocrity look small. I stood at the hospital window after visiting him. A mild heart scare had humbled him briefly, watching snow dust the parking lot, and clarity arrived like cold water. People are only people. Fragile, selfish, exhausted. Fighting private battles you will never fully see. I had demanded sainthood from him so I could feel safe. He could not deliver. No one can. That realization birthed my liberation. I turned to the Stoics, not as philosophy, but as survival. Marcus Aurelius, emperor burdened by empire, reminded himself nightly, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." I began building what he called the inner citadel, a mental fortress no betrayal, no disapproval, no loss could breach. Brick by brick, I learned that love does not confer competence. Someone can adore you and still hand you advice that will quietly ruin you. I accepted that people are rivers, never the same twice. The partner you vow forever to at the 25th of may evolve into someone unrecognizable by 45. Trust in change, not permanence. I stopped outsourcing happiness. If your peace hinges on parental pride, spousal validation, or friend approval, you live in perpetual hostage. Joy must be forged alone, in dawn walks, in pages written for no audience, in silence that lets your own voice emerge. I carved this into my heart. Regret is the loneliest companion. At 94, the room is empty, except for echoes. Parents gone, friends scattered or buried. Only the ghost of the unlived self remains. Now, at the edge, I offer you the brutal mercy I wish I'd received sooner. Do not equate affection with authority. Listen to love, but follow your intuition. Forgive their fears, but never again let them pilot your ship. Build your citadel daily. Say no when it hurts. Choose the uncertain path when your soul demands it. Love fiercely. Hug them. Break bread with them. Weep with them. But when the soul-defining choice arrives, enter the quiet chamber of your mind, lock the door, and trust absolutely no one but yourself. Caleb wept harder. "What if I fail?" he asked. I smiled through cracked lips. "You will, gloriously. But failing on your own terms is freedom. Succeeding on theirs is chains." My monitors beep softer. The snow outside has stopped. If these words pierce the fog of your anxiety, do not scroll past. Act tonight. Burn the script. Start the thing. Subscribe if these reminders matter. Not for an old man's vanity, but for your own survival in a world that profits from your compliance. I am Harlan Whitaker. This is my last letter from the far side of life. Your time is shorter than you think. Guard your fire.